refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse. Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running toes, they gon' take a few to lose. Built to win, apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win. Apply myself, I filled it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What a crazy Sunday. Alright, y'all. This is a relaunch, I guess. A relaunch of the Joe Jordan show. And this show is gonna be a little different. It's gonna be more laid back. There's no set time when we go live. This is like a filler, because we do the R2L show, the regular show. If you familiar with the channel, we do the R2L show every Tuesday and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And trying to squeeze everything into those 2 days, it's tough. We have other shows on the network, like we have a college show, CTC Carl. We have RBO, my brother Vaughn. He does NBA. We have In the Red Corner, which is a boxing show. We also have BWT, which is a baseball show. We have Dave's Doghouse, which is a show that talks about all sports. We have Fantasy Football with Coach Coombs that talks about fantasy football. So we have different shows and all that stuff. But this show, the Joe Jordan show, is basically whatever I want to talk about, I go online and talk about it. I don't have to wait until Tuesday. I don't have to hit up another show, but hey, when you going live, it's kind of like right now, I want to talk about it. Let's go live and talk about it. So, as we all watched, it was an NFL kickoff. As far as the Sunday, we had kickoff on Thursday, obviously with the Eagles and Cowboys. And then we had the Chiefs and the Chargers on Friday. But today, Sunday, was the true NFL kickoff. And there were a lot of games, and I'm going to sit back and we're going to talk about at least the games I've watched. I didn't watch every game. I did watch a good amount of games, though. And some games I've seen like parts of it, right? Shout out to NFL Red Zone. But I saw a good amount of the full game of some of these games. And then just want to take a dive into it, because I know we're not going to have some of these teams on the R2L show. So I won't be able to talk about it on Tuesday. So we can make that happen now. So the first one I want to talk about, obviously, the one we just watched. Oh my gosh. Talk about a meltdown. The Ravens basically choked. That's basically what happened. The Ravens choked. Watching that game. So for those who don't know, we have Instagram chats, and we have a chat for every sport. And there's a lot of conversations about that sport in that particular chat. So obviously, if you can guess, the NFL chat was booming today because of the opening kickoff. And then on the night games, on the primetime games, we have a VIP chat that we do all the primetime games in there. Like we communicate, we talk, and we just, throughout the game, had conversations. It's like watching it. It's like we were all watching it together, basically. And the Bills started off hot and scored the first touchdown. And then the Ravens scored 17 unanswered points. And in the chat, it's we have a couple of Ravens fans in the chat. They're excited. Shout out to Chris. Chris was actually at the Banks at the MTM Bank Arena Stadium. Arena? I don't know what it's called. The stadium. And they had like a watch party there, so he was there. And Carl, Mr. CTC himself, Carl Tucker College, he's a Ravens fan. He was in the chat from start to finish. Amped, excited, and rightfully so, because they were dominating running the ball. I felt like they were just going up and down the field on the Bills, and the Bills like offensively got stuck for like 3 possessions. But then the Ravens, M&T Bank, that's what it is. The Ravens, I don't know, it's like what we saw today, in my opinion, is what we see in the playoffs. It's like it's always dumb stuff that happens that you be like, how? Like Jair Alexander, I think it was a holding or pass interference. Come on, man. Well, I think it was I don't know. I think it was 4th down. It was 4th down. They went for it. You make a great defensive play, and you get hit with a penalty, automatic 1st down that led to a touchdown. Jair Alexander also at the end of the game, you get beat by Coleman and you actually make the tackle. Like, what are you doing? Let them score and then give your Gallimore. Jair Alexander reminded me of last year's Marshawn Lattimore in this game. He reminded me of Marshawn Lattimore, a guy who's coming off injury, going to a new team with all this hype, but he's a vet. He's on the older side, and he getting cooked. So the secondary disappointed me a lot in this Ravens game. I mean, obviously it's the first game of the season, and things could change. Like we saw the Ravens last year. They were one of the worst defensive teams last year, and then they flipped the script like around week 11. So anything can happen. But like Javon said in the comment section, Jair looked real rusty out there. He did. He looked real rusty. And I was shocked that Derrick Henry fumbled the ball. I was shocked. Like, Derrick Henry had such a great game. He got to the second level of the defense constantly. I feel like every time they handed the ball to Derrick Henry, he got to the second level. And the offensive line for the Ravens did a great job blocking on the run game. I know early in the game, blocking and on passing down, they look a little shaky. But the Ravens, man, they just imploded. They just crumbled. They did. Like, they were dominating this game. And then shout out to Josh Allen, man. I mean, all the hate that Josh Allen he gets a lot of love. But there are guys who don't like Josh Allen. He played a terrific game. Terrific game. There were so many times where there was nothing there, and he bought time, and he made a play. All right? So, yeah, like Javon said, Josh Allen looked like an MVP today. He looked like an MVP today. And you can't knock what happened today. Like, he kept them in the game. It was so many times where I felt like the Ravens go up by 2 possessions, right? Or it go up by a possession. And then they would not score. Then the Bills would get a stop and come down and score. And then they went up by 2 possessions. And I'm like, yo, you get a stop and score again in this game. But they just could not put the nail in the coffin. They could not put them away. When they scored 40, I feel like everybody thought it was over. And then they missed the extra point. And then the Bills come down, they score, and then you get a fumble. So, like, stuff just be happening with the Ravens, and you got to scratch your head. And I do want to say this. I wanted to mention this before I went live, because I wanted to go live after the Cowboys and Eagles game, but with that lightning delay, y'all, I'm sorry. I was not going live no more. Like, that game ended too late. I was not going to do that. But I wanted to mention this about the Ravens. And I kind of asked this question on the AFC North panel. I asked, who's on the more of a hot seat? I remember what I said, but basically comparing Tomlin to John Harbaugh. A lot of heat is on Mike Tomlin, right? A lot of heat is on Mike Tomlin, rightfully so, though. But there's not enough heat on John Harbaugh, because one thing about Mike Tomlin, he is overachiever. He is. Now, the quarterback situation in the past, and he had say so in those situations, that's where Mike Tomlin falls short. But far as them going out there with the team they have, he be overachieving. Now, don't get me wrong, last year, the way they went out, it wasn't like a Steeler way to go out. So I will say that. And some other playoff games too, like the Bills, stuff like that. But the Ravens, they underachieve. And you hear the Ravens fans, especially in our refuse to lose community, like Chris, like shout out to Chris. He always talk about everybody else besides Lamar crumbles, mess up. So it has to be like, and obviously it's hard to get rid of a coach like John Harbaugh, been there for years. He won Super Bowls with y'all, and it's a Super Bowl with y'all. And it's hard to get rid of a guy like that. Like he loves Lamar. Lamar has the keys. Like he let Lamar do whatever he wants. And it's hard to get rid of a guy like, and he built a good culture too, defensive culture. But the mistakes they make in big games is ridiculous. It's like what happened today carried over from last year in the playoffs. And you got to be wondering, like, are the Ravens putting some type of pressure on him at all? Like, is there pressure? And I think the media should put more pressure on him. And he's a good guy. Like, he's a man of God. You know, he's a great guy. But we talking football, the pressure Mike Tomlin gets, John Harbaugh also needs to get that pressure of like he need to step up as a leader and have his guys ready to play these games because the mental mistakes they make is ridiculous. But shout out to Josh Allen. Josh Allen played a great game. He was 33 from 46, 394 yards, 2 touchdowns, passing touchdowns, 112 QB rating. He also had 30 rushing yards with 14 rushes and 2 touchdowns. So he had 4 touchdowns today, which is crazy. James Cook had 44 yards and a touchdown. And he broke off in that long pass, too. I think it was a pass. Yep, it was a 51-yard basically pitch and catch from him and Josh Allen. So Keon Coleman played good, too, man. He started cooking on one-on-one. Like, Keon Coleman had 8 receptions, 112 yards, and a touchdown. Like, he was cooking. So they played Josh Allen, man. He spread the ball around good. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different players caught a pass. Well, 9. One of them got targeted. Ty Johnson didn't catch nothing. But 9 different players had caught a pass. And Josh Allen, he played a terrific game, man. Like they about to have a new stadium. This is the last year they're gonna be in the stadium they're in right now, and this is their last home opener in this stadium, and they went out with a banger. And this is the first time in Bills' first time since 1967, the Bills came back from a 15-point deficit in the fourth quarter against Lamar Jackson's Ravens. That's crazy. Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry in this elite defense they're supposed to have. So it was disappointing from the Ravens, but at the same time, it was a great performance by Josh Allen. Lamar Jackson, he played a good game. I mean, he was 14 for 19, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derrick Henry had 169 rushing yards. Crazy, and 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson had 70 himself with a touchdown. So Lamar had 3 touchdowns, and Derrick Henry had 2. Zay Flowers had a good game too. He had 7 catches for 143 yards. He was cooking. Like him and Derrick Henry was cooking. Like Zay Flowers averaged 20 yards per reception, and DeAndre Hopkins, that touch, like all the good stuff that happened for the Ravens is gonna go under the rug now because they lost. DeAndre Hopkins' one-hand catch that got them to 40 points was elite. It was a great catch, So the Ravens, man, they just imploded. It is what it is. Now, y'all know I gotta talk about my squad. I'm gonna talk about the Commanders and the Giants. And you know what's funny about this game? The Commanders against the Giants. The reason why on the R2R show I put it as a topic for upset alert are the Commanders on upset alert because everybody was talking like that. I know Tom will say I should have saved that for the Packers game. But I'm like, Tomo, everybody kept saying we want upset alert. People actually felt like we were going to lose to the Giants because they D-line. But I kept telling everybody, we revamped our offensive line. And they protected JD5 very well. Now, there were times he got rushed. He got sacked twice. He did. There were times he got rushed, but he's JD5. I mean, he escaped and got away. So now Jaden Daniels, he was a little rusty, like on his throws. Like he has like 3 to 4 throws that he missed. Like he was off target on the throw. That I'm not like there are some passes he threw like on the first drive he threw to Zach Ertz behind, but Zach Ertz should have caught that. So I'm not counting that. I'm counting the passes he threw where the receiver has a little chance to catch that. Like he overthrew Terry McLaurin, who was wide open on the left side of the field on the bomb. He hit I forgot who it was. He hit the DB with a double move. He missed Debo going across the middle of a deep post. He missed Debo. That's a Debo. He also missed. He missed. Also, I think he missed Zach Ertz one time too across the middle. So he was a little off on his throws, but he balled out. I mean, he had a good game too. I mean, he was 19 with 30, but he had 233 yards. He only had one touchdown today because he got them down there and Bill, Decorius, 10 carries, 82 yards, averaging 8.2 yards a carry and a touchdown. Jaden Daniels had 11 carries, 68 yards. Like I said, no touchdowns. Bill had a 42-yard run, too. That was elite right there. Journeyman Nichols came in the game and closed us out. Austin Eckler had a decent game, too. He had one, I'm not sure, was it a running play or no, it was a passing play. Jaden Daniels threw in the ball and he got I think it was like third and like 18, something like that, and he got a first down. So the team played well, man, and the receivers. I mean, Debo had 7 catches, 77 yards. He also had a rushing touchdown, 19-yard run over Jet Sweep. Chris Moore, he had 1 catch for 34 yards on the sideline. That was 85 rolling to the right and hitting Chris Moore for 34 yards. Noah Brown is back. He had only 2 catches for 27 yards. He did have another catch that he broke for it was like 20 plus yards, but it got called back because of a penalty. Like we were getting killed by penalties. Like I look at the penalties, we had 12 penalties for 89 yards. So we had 12 penalties. The Giants only had 6. Like we were so sloppy, and that was annoying me. Like we were dominating the Giants. Like the score don't tell the story. It was 21-6. Like, bro, we had 432 total yards today, 231. We basically almost doubled their yardage. We had no turnovers. I mean, we were dominating. It's just the penalties. The penalties were terrible. But defensively, the front line, the DTs, Ken Law, DJ Wise, those guys, they balled out. They made their presence known. I definitely felt their presence. They did a great job out there. Especially like Ken Law was just a monster out there. Like he's a real big dude, man. He was a monster out there. And Will Harris, he was flying across the screen. And I watched sometimes you watch the game and the guys just fly across the screen. Like you just notice them without trying. And that was Will Harris. Like Will Harris, he showed up a lot. He made a lot of good plays, a lot of key tackles, and he was very aggressive with his tackling. So shout out to him. But like I said, DJ Wise played good. Will was very good. Deron Payne, I'm saying those DTs, man. Deron Payne was he was good too. And as far as the corners, man, I get his name wrong all the time. Noah Igbinoghene. I hope I said it right. He began cooked. I'm sorry. It was one time Mikey got subbed out because he was hurt, and then he comes right in the game and gets cooked. Like literally, like right in the go 8. Russell Wilson went at him twice, and one time it was an incomplete pass, but it should have been a pass interference or holding. He grabbed the face mask. It should have been a penalty on Noah, but they didn't call it. But he did getting cooked. I feel like Lattimore had a good game. Lattimore played good. Off the top of my head, I can only remember one catch that was made on him. Trey Amos he's a rookie, man, and he was getting tried today. They were going down him. He got ran over by Scatterbo. But he had a couple of pass breakups. So he did a good job in a few instances, right? So Mikey from Michigan, he was himself. He played really good in the corner position on the outside slot. The times they threw the ball, the times he was on Malik Neighbors and they threw it, he did a great job every single time. Quan Martin played good. He got that interception. They got called back. So, like I said, we had a lot of penalties, man. So I feel like it's the Giants too, man. Like it's like I knew we were gonna win the game, but people really felt like it was an upset alert, but it's not. So not much to talk about. And on the Giants side, Malik Neighbors got frustrated. Russell Wilson. I mean, people keep saying throw Jackson Dart in the game. I'm like, nah. I mean, they already have they blindside tackle of Thomas. He was out. So the O-line is hurt. We were getting endless pressure on Russell Wilson. Just imagine a rookie back there and they home opener on the road when the crowd is crazy. Division game. Jackson Dart ain't that yet. He not like a Jaden Daniels. I'm sorry. Or he's not. Jaden Daniels is super poised, and I don't see Jackson Dart going in there. I think they're doing the right thing by letting Russ play and take all the bullets, and then when it goes downhill, just throw Jackson Dart in there. Don't rush it. But great win by the Commanders. And the second game I watched, y'all, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Jets. That game was entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting that game to go the way it went. I was not expecting that high-scoring game. And first on the Jets side, I felt like the play calling was really good. They did a lot of quick action with Justin Fields, a lot of easy stuff, straight to the point stuff. And he didn't have to really go through his progressions a lot. It was very simple game plan for him, but he executed it. The run game, that I was actually getting worried with that with the Steelers defense. The run game, Breece Hall was going right up the middle, and it was big holes, man. Like the Steelers early on, like the run defense was terrible, and I was surprised. And the secondary, but it was a lot of like tight window throws he was making. I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of throws that could have been deflections, but they weren't. Some could have even been picked off, but they didn't. So, but Justin Fields played really good today. He it's late, y'all. It's 12:31, man. And it was watching football all day. Whew, could take a toll on you. But it's still exciting though. It's exciting. But let me pull the numbers. Yeah, Justin Fields, he played pretty good. He was 16 for 22. That's it, dang. It was one point in the game, he was 16 from 18 or 16 from 19. And I guess he had all completion of that. But he had 218 yards though. 218 passing yards, 1 touchdown. Breece Hall had 107 rushing yards. Like I said, he was going right. Like the offensive line was killing the defensive line of the Steelers, and Breece Hall is elusive too, running back. He averaged 5.6 rushing yards per attempt. So he had a really good game. Fields had 48 rushing yards with 12 carries. But I want to talk, and then Garrett Wilson played pretty decent too. He had 7 catches for 95 yards. But I do in a touchdown. But the Steelers, offensively, they were moving. What worried me about the Steelers offensively will always worry me is their offensive line. Oh man, there were times when like they were getting in the backfield quick, and Aaron Rodgers had zero time to really throw the ball. And he's an older guy; he's not gonna be dancing in the pocket like he used to be. So the offensive line was a problem for me. Like I was like, oh okay, excuse me. I was like, oh, okay, this is a really good game for the team. Like they came back, they got a game with a field goal and won, but they were getting dominated on the line of scrimmage. So the fact that they won this game, and I feel like they were getting dominated on the line of scrimmage, says a lot, you know. But Aaron Rodgers played great. He had 4 touchdowns. He had 4 passing touchdowns. He was 22 of 30, 244 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Got sacked 4 times. But the running game also wasn't there. Like not only the running game wasn't there, the like the running game wasn't there. Aaron Rodgers had no time in the pocket. The Jets were scoring points, and they still won. So it's like it's testament to Aaron Rodgers, man. He played really good. He actually rewound the clock. He almost threw an interception, but he didn't catch it. So, but Aaron Rodgers played well, man. So shout out to him. He played really good. Kenneth Gainwell, I mean, I actually like him. I expect a lot from him. Not a lot. I expect more from him. But it's the offensive line, man. And shout out to Gainwell for forcing that fumble on the kickoff return. I'm like, they got Gainwell on special teams too. Dang. So shout out to him for that. But the Jets played good, man. And defensively for the not Jets and Steelers. Defensively, I feel like the secondary was getting ate up, but they picked it up as the game went on. And Jalen Ramsey had that big hit at the end. That was like a like he made a good impression on his teammates, basically. So that was good to see. And I know Darius Slay got cooked by Garrett Wilson one time. He didn't really get cooked. Like he just ran straight across the field for real. But all in all, it was a good game, back and forth. Chris Boswell, his name is, the kicker for the Steelers. That man ain't human, man. He not. 60-yarder for the game. That's crazy. And he kicked it like it was a lot more space he could have got. Like that probably could have been like a 65, 70-yard field goal for real, that same kick. So shout out to him, man. Like that was just a good game. That was a good, entertaining game. What other game I saw? Man, quickly, Tua. Oh my gosh. The Dolphins. I said Mike McDaniels on the hot seat. That was my hot seat prediction. Not prediction. My pick for the hot seat. And Tua Tagovailoa was terrible. And it's crazy because he the same one that told Tyreek, like, yo, you got to earn your stripes again. And he goes out and play like that. Tua, he played horrible. Yeah. He had that first pick, and he fumbled, and then he almost threw a pick, and he threw another pick. Like, he was terrible. He was terrible. Tyreek Hill was getting frustrated. He was yelling on the sideline. You know, so the Dolphins team is a team that's like, if they don't get no wins early, it could legit fall apart. Like, I can see they on fire in their coach mid-season if they don't stack up their wins. You know, so, but yeah, man, like, I feel bad for my brother J-Mo and DeVore. They legit not good. They were not good today. They were not good. Let's see. I also watched Lions and Packers. I watched that. Yeah, Lions and Packers. And he did make his presence known. Give me that. All right. Shout out to my boy Mike in the Instagram comments. Terrible performance. I'm assuming you're talking about Tua, talking about Loa. But the Lions and Packers. See, my concern with the Lions coming to this game is a new addition to the offensive line. I think they missing like 2 or 3 offensive line from last year. So it's not as good as it was last year. They were struggling to run the ball. Jameer Gibbs early in the game was getting stuffed. Jameer Gibbs ended up with 19 rushing yards, 9 rushes, 19 rushing yards, 2.1 yards per carry. This is a guy who averaged 5.6 yards per carry in the regular season. 5.6 yards per carry in the regular season last year with 1,400 rushing yards. So, and I think he had 15 touchdowns. But yeah. Jared Goff, man. A lot of people saying that when it comes to him, I saw a meme said like basically clowning him like if you don't got no genius at play call, he gonna look garbage. Now, am I gonna say he played like garbage? I'm not gonna say that. But he did throw that interception. And they baited him into that too. He threw that interception. He almost took a safety, which is bad. But they just couldn't get no rhythm for real. And they never finished drives. I'm not gonna say they never got rhythm because I feel like they had rhythm. They just couldn't finish the drive. That happened a lot. And on the Packers side, Jordan Love started off hot and he was getting hyped up. And then he went back to Jordan Love. Almost he threw a pick six basically, but it was a flag. He almost threw another pick that got dropped on the same drive. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know. I'm not sold on the Packers, and I'm actually happy that as a Commander fan that the Packers won the way they did. They beat the Lions 27-13. So when we play them, they won't diminish the Packers. Like they this, they that. They're gonna be talked about like, and they have been. They have been talked about like they are Super Bowl contenders. So, like legit Super Bowl contenders. Like people are picking the Packers to reach the Super Bowl. So when we play on Thursday, I hype them up still. So when we get the dub, it could mean something to y'all. And y'all can actually believe because they actually think that people would think that the Commanders gonna fall off. And I'm like, Jane Daniels not about to have a sophomore song. Josh Jacobs, he had a slow start and then he kind of picked it up, but he only had 66 yards for 19 carries, averaged 3.5 yards per carry, and had a touchdown. But he was struggling early. That O-line didn't do a good job blocking for him early. But Jordan Love, like I said, he only had 188 yards. We had 2 TDs. Romeo Dowds had 2 catches. He spread the ball around. Matthew Golden, his rookie debut, 2 catches for 16 yards. So he didn't really do a bunch. So I watched that game. I kind of watched the Titans and Broncos game. Cam Ward played really good in my opinion. His decision making was really good, but his teammates were letting him down. Calvin Ridley dropped 2 passes. 2. And I believe it was on, I think it was on the same possession. Or was it? I don't think it was on the same possession. It probably was. It was at the end of the game. I don't think it was. It was 2 different possessions, and he dropped both passes. Both. Like, Cam Ward put him on the money. Tony Pollard fumbled. That was bad, too. Like, his veterans were letting him down. But he played good, though. Yeah. So, that's good. But Cam Ward did play good, though. I like his poise, his presence in the pocket. His decision making was really good. He did have a fumble at the end, but it didn't really matter. That game was over. They had no more time. I was over. I saw the Broncos and Falcons Bucks. The Bucks and Falcons game was really close. A game winner. So, what was it? No, he missed a field goal. And Emeka, the rookie receiver, he caught the game winning touchdown basically. Yeah. I went with the Hail Mary with Allen Shakur and Coleman, and now I had a 60% chance to win. Shout out to you, Kyle. Shout out to you. So yeah, it was a good Sunday, man. I was chilling, flipping through channels. I still gotta watch the Panthers and Jaguars game. I still gotta watch the 49ers and Seahawks. I saw bits and pieces of that. Like I saw the ending of it. I still gotta watch the Texans and Rams. Same. Uh, oh my. I gotta watch the Bengals and Browns, Bucks and Falcons, Raiders and Patriots, Cardinals and Saints. Everything goes I kind of watch. But it was a good Sunday. It was a good Sunday. I enjoyed myself. Like I said, I'm gonna do these streams. I'm gonna have more energy, y'all, I promise. I'm gonna do these streams more often. It's gonna be off the random, so just be on the lookout, put your notifications on. And it will stay on YouTube. It will be on a Refuse to Lose Sports page. YouTube page. Alright, so I'm gonna get some rest. Get ready for tomorrow's Monday night game, Bears and Vikings. And that's all I have for y'all. And I'll see y'all at the next episode. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.